Man, I can't believe it's really been 13 years, huh? Oh, no, not this channel. I'm talking about Skyrim. Yeah, that's almost a retro game. Really puts the grays in my hair thinking about that. Now, the YouTube channel is more like 5 months old with a one-off last year, but I consider that an outlier, sort of like cavemen who made a spark from the rocks but didn't actually make the fire yet. I was the caveman and the rocks. No, you were the rocks and the video was the spark and YouTube was the flame from the spark. Yeah, let's go with that. Whatever it is, I'm here because of you. You are my rock. In other words, you rock. So we just hit 1,000 subscribers. And to celebrate, we're going back to our roots with the white backdrop that started it all. So I guess I owe you a little bit of Montotech lore. I come from the lawless land of video production, so making videos is second nature, and I've always had a huge passion for handheld gaming too. I actually had the Dingu A320 when I was 12 years old, and I loved that thing. It was so cool to have this handheld gaming console that nobody else had, and play these weird games and run different things that nobody else could really do. Then I bricked it trying to install custom firmware. Different times back then. And even before that, I was hacking anything I could get my hands on. iPod video, iPod Touch, MP3 players, you name it, I'd try to jailbreak it. All that to say that this whole YouTube roller coaster feels like the perfect storm of my interests. So I started this channel with a one-off tutorial yapping about home lab stuff. But I guess the real start of everything was the testing 100 Switch games on the RG556 video. I was absolutely amazed by the amount of support that video got. And I also spent like way too much time combining my favorite compatibility sheets for the RG556, and it was so cool to see people actually using it on their own. Sometimes I'd have it open in another tab and I'd check in on it and people would have it open on their computers. That's just crazy to me. I still love the Embernick RG556 to this day. It was sort of the first retro handheld that I bought specifically with the intent of playing retro games. Now, I've been keeping a secret from you all. Before my first RG556 video, I made another one that I never posted. I intended on making it to post it, but it didn't really feel right, you know? I was honestly pretty out of my element, but this video inspired me to make the 100 Switch games video. So after I posted that video, I made a few more game showcases, and in the background, I was working on an Odin 2 mini review. And honestly, I was so captivated by that device that I almost kind of felt unworthy of reviewing it. It was also getting pretty old at the time, so everyone already kind of knew about it. But then the Retroid Pocket Mini showed up. This thing changed everything for me. Now, I've never reviewed a single thing in my life before. This was uncharted territory for me that, I'm not gonna lie, it was really challenging. The game testing that I was used to doing, it became just one small piece of a much larger puzzle. So I had to learn how to be more present with the device, analyze it, perform tests, and then explain my opinions both in the moment and afterwards. The review didn't exactly shock the world, and I definitely put way too much time into it. But I learned how to externalize the thoughts inside my head. I'm gonna work hard to make them even better and more entertaining and more interesting. I know there's a lot of reviews out there, but hopefully this channel can kind of be a little spot that you'd want to come back to. Speaking of the channel, I fully expected to be making videos for like 10 or 20 people for my entire first year of doing this. But it hasn't even been 5 months and we're over 1,000 deep. This is actually crazy to me, and I feel like the Grinch when his heart grows way too big for his chest, but instead my heart is filled with retro handheld consoles and a lot of Game Boy Advance games. I'm kind of like that meme of the dude guzzling a bunch of water, but the water is retro handhelds and games while you guys get drip-fed content. But don't worry, I'm gonna give you some more content to guzzle on. Wait. No. Obviously, being a new YouTuber, I'm still getting used to balancing the positives with the negatives. As you might know, there's always comments that get to me. I'm just a human who likes video games at the end of the day. But there's so many of you guys that go out of your way to type the kindest comments and share your personal stories and thoughts. And even if you're just here to hang out and watch the videos, you are always welcome here. So I'm just here to say thank you. I want to thank you personally from deep inside my heart. Giving a micro-sized channel like me a chance is just insane, and it's been one of the most positive things to happen in my life for the last year, and I have you to thank for that. So without overstaying my welcome, I think we need a proper outro. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Wait, you're still here? What are you waiting for? An Easter egg or something? Okay, fine. But I'm not gonna give you what you want, man. What kind of person would I be if I just gave you what you wanted, like a silly little Easter egg? I'm gonna give you 2 Easter eggs. First one is a sneak preview of my recording setup that is very goofy and I don't recommend for most people because it makes my camera overheat. But actually, let me know if you want to see a little studio tour or something like that. I do everything at my desk, so there's not much of a studio. But yeah, we could do that. Maybe we like bundle it with a Q&A at some point. I don't know. Anyways, for Easter egg number 2, here's a sample of my first gaming video that I never released on this channel, showcasing my favorite cozy Switch games to emulate on the RG556. Enjoy. The RG556. The handheld, they said, couldn't run Switch games that well. Well, we're gonna test a bunch of cozy games today and see what runs and see what doesn't. I do want to make a disclaimer. Animal Crossing New Horizons will not run on the RG556. I know, I cried, I shed a single tear. But there's a bunch of games that will run and will sap your time away and give you coziness and that warm little fire, that small little ember inside of you. It'll rekindle the same fire that the big man took away from us. We're gonna get it back today. So yeah, let's check out some indie games. Man, that was really something, huh? You could see the ember, the potential. But that desk background is tough. Anyways, signing off for real this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. If you like this video, I'll go ahead and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, then check out my videos. And if you've already done that, then play some retro games?